Welcome back, troglodytes, to another boxing and unboxing vlog. Let's get into it. It's my second factory replaced under warranty GoPro. Let's see if this one actually works properly. Alright, it appears we're back. I have my hands free again. Isn't this great? I even tried connecting this one to my computer and it does work, so if this one overheats, I think I'll just have to live with it. But let's go ahead and get into these guitars. Well, if you look here at our label, it looks like we've got a 2019 gold top in here. Let's see if that's true or not. Guess first I should see if it was packed well. Not particularly. This came from a store. First thing I'm noticing here, wafting out of here, is a very, very smoky scent. Nothing against smokers or anything, you know, but you really should disclose it because there's some people that have allergies. Like, I remember one time, I think I forgot to disclose it, or it was just so minor I didn't pick it up, and a guy had to return it because he had an allergic reaction. Maybe he was just making stuff up, but let's go ahead and see what's inside this case. Gary Clark Jr. The return of this. I just seem to have terrible luck with these. I got the yellow one because I wanted to talk about its history and whatnot. And now we've got this one. Yeah, that's definitely smoky. Besides that, maybe this one will actually, stay in tune. It'll sound better because something was not right with that last one. My theory behind that one is it was an eBay guitar that was just sold as a husk and maybe somebody just pieced it back together or somebody just messed with the wiring. So hopefully we can review this one again and, actually hear how one of these Gary Clark Jr. SGs sound. And for our next unboxing here, hey, it's a slightly larger small box. What could be in here? I'm not entirely too sure. I think I ordered two things that would come in a small box like this, so it's a surprise for me too. Yeah, that's a really bad sign. But let's take a closer look. It looks like we've got some pickups here, but what are they from? That is the question. They have the vintage looking patent number on them. 2737842. Using a little bit of deductive knowledge, this could be anywhere from the mid-70s through about the very early 90s. These connectors pretty much give it away, but hey, we'll keep unboxing just in case you don't already know. Got a whole slew of stuff right here. And here we go. So this is the electronics to an RD artist. So I figured the pickups themselves, this is what I was most interested in. I don't really have a way to test these, but now that I know these shafts aren't even attached, it does appear that the knobs just click back into place, but who knows? I've had pots that did that and then they didn't actually function anymore. So I'll have to see if I can wire this up and make sure it works, right? All right, moving on here. We got two more guitars. It's always more fun when I know I've got two guitars. So we've got a Fender box here. It seems to be reasonably padded in there. Ooh. Okay, we probably have something really nice in here, guys. This case doesn't get talked about a lot, but this is a very early custom shop case. You can tell for the ones that came slightly later, it would be right here. So this is like a case you would find with like a 1997 Snake Pit Les Paul. They're textured, they're way different than what you get today. So what could be inside of this? This is a kind of a freaky case, but I like it. Okay. So we've got another double cut, but could you guess which one it is? Oh, it's the freaky one. So I didn't actually know this guitar existed until after I posted that first double cut video, and somebody said, hey, what about the custom shop one that predates the first run of double cut standards in 98? So from then, I've been looking. I mean, it doesn't appear that these things get listed very often, and I just happened to see this one get listed. I made an offer, and the guy was like, well, the owner, he doesn't need to sell it today, but maybe we'll let you know later. And it's like, no, my offer's only good right now because I want to review this model. I mean, it's a little bit more beat up than I was expecting, but the price was right, and I wanted to review one of these goofy headstocks. Because people always complain, a Gibson, fix your headstock. Well, this is what it would look like to have a straight string pull. It's not the most attractive design in the world, but hey, this is kind of cool. It's got like a trans black finish, it has binding. I personally would prefer the P90 version, but maybe we'll get one of those in the future with a blue top. Moving on to our next one here. This one's got a fun story behind it. So my Sweetwater engineer calls me up, right? He's like, hey, how are you liking that SG Modern? I think they were calling me because I kept taking the Vibrola SGs back because they wouldn't stay in tune. I'm not going to pay retail price for something that doesn't stay in tune. But you know, the Modern, it was okay. So we kept it and did what I usually do with them. And I told him, yeah, it's all good, but what about those melody makers we were talking about? Have you heard anything else? Because they had told me that it was going to be like another month or so before they got them. And then he said, we have them in stock. And I told him, what? Are you kidding me already? So I had him send me some photos, and they reserved one for me. And it was probably the nicest looking one that we will ever see. I didn't know it at the time, so I kept asking him, send me more photos, send me more photos. I want to see and pick out the very nicest one you got. But in the end, that first one was the best. So they said they had reserved it for me, and then apparently they sold it. So I was very upset with them. And somebody left a comment on my video that CME had one. So I talked to them about theirs. I didn't like the wood grain they had. So I went crawling back to Sweetwater's like, all right, I guess I'll look at your other ones. And then I found this one. Here we go. The Michael Clifford Melody Maker. Oh my goodness, guys. This thing is so cool. This instrument, it looks terrible in the dealer stock photos. It doesn't actually capture the red in the wood grain. But in person, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, it's kind of like a dark purple hue to it with some very light red in the wood grain. But this thing is awesome. If you like melody makers, I mean, I don't really care about this band, but man, he had them birth a beautiful guitar. But you've probably already seen this review anyway, so I'll put a link here. And now our last unboxing for this episode. I mean, this one's a little bit short, but I'm kind of short on time today. I hate that my videos have been getting posted so late because not everybody sees them when I upload them at 11 o'clock at night, right? At least I notice they don't get recommended as much afterwards. So, what is in here? So far, we haven't had anything that's like shoddily packed. So that's always nice. Gibson Custom Shop case. Yeah, let's just open it up. Ooh. That's pretty nice. I think I got this one on eBay. I don't really remember the circumstances behind it, but I saw it and thought, R6, they're not my favorite of the historics. And traditionally they're gold tops, so that's why I was like, tobacco burst and a plain top? Sure, why not? It even still has the big old certificate of authenticity. Usually these early ones, people will just lose these or they filed them away and then they forgot to send them with the guitar. It's pretty chunky, but I mean, I think it's supposed to be, right? But what's strange here is this inlay is loose. But it's only that one. So I'm wondering if the inlays were replaced on this, or if that just happened to come loose during shipping. It doesn't look like it's gonna fall out, but it moves. But nice guitar nonetheless. And now for our first boxing of the day. I always find it funny when I unbox the guitar and box it in the same episode, but keep in mind, I record these things like over a week or two before I end up posting them. So my final thoughts on this thing. I truly see these things becoming collectible. They are selling out faster than people have imagined, and I just don't think Gibson made enough of them. But I guess time will tell. That's just what it seems like right now. Who knows, in a week or two, every dealer might have them. And hopefully, you know, maybe my video did Michael Clifford some justice here, and now more people know about him, and most importantly, his really cool signature guitar. So definitely check out the full review of this one if you haven't already. I love this thing. I would have kept it, you know, if I needed another guitar in my life, right? All right, let's pack her up. Now we've got one last one to pack up here. I'm a little bit sad about this one, and old me would hate what I'm doing to this instrument, but we'll have to open it up before we finish this story. One of my spotlights needs to find a new home. Back in the old days, I would hate it when a spotlight would go overseas because getting them back to the USA was a little bit difficult. I mean, it's next to impossible anymore with the whole Rosewood issue until Sites kind of votes on that. I need to make a separate video talking about that, but I mean, Sites was set to vote excluding completed instruments from their restrictions. I think it was like a week or so ago, but it got postponed for some reason. So now we won't know until the end of the year. But now anymore, all I care is that they go to a good home that loves and appreciates them. And I mean, I bought this one from the original owner, and the guy who purchased this, I mean, he's definitely the right home. He's always ecstatic. He's emailing me saying how much he can't wait to have this guitar. I mean, I can't ship this overseas directly, but he has a buddy who lives in the States that's traveling around that's gonna bring it to him. So this thing's going, you know, from Lebanon, Ohio, all the way to actual Lebanon, the country, and then in a roundabout way, I think it's ending up somewhere around Madrid, Spain, if I remember correctly. So he opted to have a lower profile case instead of the Gen 3 chainsaw that I had. Because let's face it, when you're flying with a guitar, in order to put it in your overhead bin, having this versus this big clunky thing, I mean, every inch of space is the difference between them letting you take it as a carry-on and fitting it in that overhead bin, and hey, you need to check this, and they're just gonna break it by chucking it around everywhere. So yeah, number 11, it's going to a great home. I'm a little sad to see it go, as always, but let's get her packed up. As always, thank you for tuning in to this unboxing vlog, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.